2016 stood at 46.3 billion. And this increased to $110 billion in 2023. And the graph on the right gives you the debt stock at each period, 2016 at 46 and 2023 at 110.6. And the evolution of the debt stock was very ably explained by the economic operations. In 2016, when the debt stock was 46.3, there were legacy debts in the system which were not recorded. These were the overdrawn TMA at the central bank, government operation with social security, and other obligations which were in the system but they were not recorded. So as a result, the regime inherited large stock of domestic and external from the previous administration, and this imposed a very expensive debt service obligation. And the evolution is that there were contingent liabilities which are mainly stemming from the SOEs like NAWEC and loss-making enterprise. And the figure we are looking at is the trend in the economic growth between 2016. We focused the presentation on the evolution of the economy from 2016 to 2024 fiscal year. And as you can see, the GDP growth rate, which is the trend line, was at a low of 1.6% in 2016 and moved to 4.8% in 2017 and struck a high of 7.2% in 2028. But on the backdrop of COVID 2020, the GDP collapsed to 0.6 in 2020 and rebounded back to 5.3 in 2021. It is along that trajectory. For 2023, it is at a projected amount of 5.6. We expect the 2024 GDP to be at a rate of 6.2%. In 2017, we started with the loan book at 46.239 billion. As I explained, the legacy debt portfolio that were within the system, the overdrawn TMA, the obligation to some of the state-owned enterprises, were consolidated into a 30-year bond. This gave rise to 10.77 billion. When we say 30-year bond, this is not new borrowing of this government, but rather debts in the system which were not recognized. And we also had the NAWEC bond. The obligation of the NAWEC were converted into a NAWEC bond. We also had confirmed debt of 2.3 billion. And of course, there's an important element. When you have a debt stock, which is in foreign currency, and your currency depreciated 47 to 60 something, and you translate it using the dollar C, the exchange rate depreciation account for 7.55 billion. So this cumulative impact of all of this is a net, the debt stock has increased by the sum of 10.7 plus 1.6 plus 2.3 plus 7 point, which is about almost 40 billion, 20 billion. So 20 billion added to the original stock, which was 46, translates to about 68 billion. That's why the new borrowing of this dispensation is 41.9 billion. So it's very important that we put it in context to show that when we say 10.6 billion, it doesn't mean that this government has, this dispensation has borrowed twice more than what was there. The Batin Hardin Highway is part of the loan book contracted, and as we know, the value of that contract is about $96 million. And the phase one of the University of the Gambia, the recently concluded University of the Gambia construction was funded through this loan book. It should be noted that while the university project started earlier, but the disbursement for the commencement of operation only took place under this dispensation. The rehabilitation of the Banjul International Airport, the construction of the VVIP launch at the airport, the Gamtel broadband network project, which I think is about $25 million, the port expansion project, the OMVG interconnection. We are now able to tap energy from as far as Guinea, likely, from Senelec and also the regional power pool due to the OMVG interconnection.